Hello there, and we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another episode of Real Talk Premier League show. And this time around, yeah, see, this guy's no more, he's no more like a guest. It's more like a brother now to me. And me and him have churned out, a little bit of work here and there. I've been to his channel. He's come down here. I think this should be your like third time you were
Yeah,
in
third
down here,
time,
man.
man. Yeah.
George, I think third time. And uh, one of the thing about this guy, yeah, about this guest I have today, but I want to call him brother. About this brother that I have here today is that he's always straight to the point. He's not like me that I have to dress it all up, a little bit, yeah. But this guy's just straight to the point. Yeah, he's a straight hitter, straight shooter. And he's the kind of person I like to bring to my to my show. Uh, you know, See, no other person than this guy that I really do respect, man. Josh, the true Gunner. How are you doing, my brother? You get a po. You're also a gooner.
Po,
Po
po,
po
po. Big up,
po.
Sonny, man. Big
A
up. No,
gooner.
thanks for having me on, man.
How you doing, man? Talk to the
Nah,
people,
yeah,
man.
I'm very, very well, man. I'm very, very well. Obviously, Arsenal go back to winning
Mm,
ways, so that's always good. Because I'll be real, man.
mm,
The past couple of weeks, mate, it was depressing watching this Arsenal play, man. So,
mm.
finally go back to winning ways, and that'll hopefully boost my mood, of course. But yeah, other than that, I'm
Yeah.
very well, man. Mate, you're obviously we're brothers now, yeah. First time I came on your channel, absolutely loved it, and I'm
Mm.
forever grateful for obviously let me come on, and I really do appreciate it, man. And of course, let's roll this, man. And I'm very happy to be here once again, bro.
Yep, definitely, man. See, man, you're a brother down here, man. So it's all good. And of course, when I came down to your channel, man, the way you treated me, man, I really, really do appreciate it, man. Class channel, man. Big up to you.
Mhm.
Big up to everyone in the chat. Football bands, my right hand guy is down there. It says smash the like button. That's my brother, football bands. Go subscribe to that channel, guys. RD2 Rory, close affiliate, of course, to True Goon, and also, a big friend of my channel too. And I do respect Rory too. Great guy, knows Arsenal, even if he's a young guy, but his knowledge of Arsenal top notch. Big ups to you, RD12. That's his channel, guys. Go subscribe to that channel. Great guy too. Love Arsenal. Love Arsenal. True Gunner, of course, is down here with us in the chart too, and of course Joan Smith. Yeah, this lady, I met her on Facebook. Amazing lady. She loves Arsenal to the core, and she wants to get back to those standards. Talking about standards, yeah, this is the right time to just really, just chip in something. See, um, of course, I will have to tweak your memory, about what happened in the last matchup against Crystal Palace. But going into that game, personally, I wasn't confident about that game because um, one game in seven uh, doesn't look
Mm,
inspiring. Of course,
no.
I'm not about the league. I'm talking of both the league, Champions League, and some of those cup games that were lost along the way. Forms because it's also good that we should be very clear in what we're talking about. And fair too also. But again, in a seven-game stretch, yeah, winning only one game in that seven-game stretch, scoring only 3 goals and conceding 9 goals in that seven-game stretch isn't good enough.
Mm,
It's not what Arsenal is made of. We know we can do better. At least last season you saw how we beat these teams at the start of the season. Of course, it was later on in the season that we started, going, down the table. But again, in the first half of last season, we did quite well beating all these little teams. But right now, these same little teams or mid-table teams are the teams giving us problems this season. Josh, take us through that Crystal Palace game. I wasn't really confident because of the games we were coming from. So I wasn't really. I was even calling
mm,
this game a draw. But I was
mm.
so shocked. We won that game the other day, 5 goals to 0. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with going into the game. Obviously, I was like you, Tony. Honestly, how was we supposed to feel confident going into this game against Palace? Like, yeah, I get they was like 14th going in and obviously, they're having big issues with the club right now, the manager, with the owners, and all that stuff. I mean, you saw the banners that they've done out after the game. So but why would I have had any confidence going into this game when we know how we've been performing before these?
Yeah.
Like what? We lost 3 in a row, 3 on the bouncer, Liverpool, Fulham, and West Ham. Yeah, and obviously we drew with Liverpool. I think we won 1 in 7 or something, weren't it? So
Of course.
it's honestly that was an absolute shambolic, and we had to.
Mm.
It was non-negotiable. We had to win this game against
We
Crystal
had
Palace,
to win it.
and
We
the
had
fact
to.
that we had the 2-week break as well in the bye. I expected, everyone's coming out saying, "Oh, they're going to recharge." That's what I expected Arsenal to come back and put in a performance. Did we really put in a performance? Look, the scoreline is you look at scoreline, you're 5-0. Jesus, man,
It's
what result
flattering.
that
It's flattering. It's
yeah,
flattering.
but let's be real. Like the performance of me wasn't a 5-0 performance, if that makes sense. Yeah, we scored 5 goals, but
Yeah.
it's not like we absolutely, from minute 1 to minute 90, battered and dominated them. Yeah, we scored 5 goals, but it wasn't the performance of like a 5-0 game, if you know what I'm saying.
Josh, we did batter them. See, when you beat a team 5-0, you battered that team. We battered
No,
them
but
actually.
yeah,
But
but
the problem I'm having is in the style of play.
yes.
Actually, there was a guy who came to the show on that watch along day on the me and him had an argument about Arsenal's pattern of play. Did we batter Crystal Palace? Yes, we did batter them. Let's don't take anything away from that win. We battered them completely. And mind you, that was a London derby. Arsenal haven't won a London derby this season. So when we see a battering, we have to call it a battering. But again, I had a problem with the style of play. We're not passing the ball quicker. Players are not moving into space. Odegaard is still trying to pass the ball in the 18-yard box like up to 18 times. I slightly over exaggerated that anyway. But again, you could see that it's not free flowing. There's still some little lapses here and there, lack of concentration
Exactly.
in one of in David Raya's mistake where he put the ball up and misplaced that pass and somehow it returned back to him, although he caught it anyway. But you can see that same lack of concentration yet again. Maybe not defensively on the day, but in our midfield it looked weak. I didn't think
Yeah, it did.
Rice dominated that midfield. There were still slight problems. Bukayo Saka should also be brought into the fray too. But again, that Bukayo Saka topic is our last topic. So of course,
Yes.
take it up from there. But
Yeah.
if we're talking about battering, we battered
Yes.
them with the Palace.
Yeah, of course. Like the scoreline suggests that we deserved it 100% and all that. But what I was saying is like in a few occasions, that obviously, as you said, some of the players in the game, like Odegaard, for example. I mean, why don't this guy Well, I don't understand why this guy always has to pass the ball when he gets in the box. There's so many times
Exactly.
I'm screaming at him to shoot, and he doesn't shoot. Tony, he just decides to play a pretty pass. How many times do you get in good positions and doesn't shoot? That's what I will say. But you had like players like Eze. I thought on another day, I thought he was causing us problems personally. Eze, I thought
He was looking
all over.
dangerous.
He was looking dangerous. I was like, he's the only guy trying to make stuff happen for them, and he deserves better than Palace, with all due respect, man, because he's an absolute baller. And he literally, run the show for them. We tell it any single day, clean sheet as well. And what also I was really happy, and I give the manager credit. I'm always want to criticize manager as well, but at the same time, I'm always fair, and I'll sit there and say credit where credit due to Arteta, because I was desperate to see Trossard back in the lineup, starting instead of Martinelli, and he dropped Martinelli, which had to be dropped. Let's be real with it. Martinelli is
Let's be real. True.
Martinelli should have been dropped, and I was dreaming up for Trossard to actually play either on the wing or down the middle, and not the left centre mid role, right? And he's put him on the left wing. And Trossard getting himself a goal, a well-deserved goal. And this reminds me of what happened last season. If you go back to when we actually signed Trossard, Martinelli was having a bit of a dip in form, and he obviously benched Martinelli for a few games. Trossard came in, started firing, and then Martinelli had that firepower in him to hold on a minute. He took it personally, and to come back and fight for his place really, and give him a bit of competition. And that's the same happened last season. If you go back to the game against Leicester, Martinelli came back and he scored, and then he went on to have a fantastic end to the season. So I kind
Into
of
the
wanted,
season, yeah,
and yeah, and hopefully it's going to be the same with this. I'm glad that Arteta has actually dropped Martinelli because he has to be dropped, and obviously Trossard comes in, and I was really happy to see him play there. And I thought even some of the subs that came off the bench, like Smith Rowe, looked pretty good. I want to see this guy more and more
mm,
often now. And it's interesting to see how he got like at least a bit more game time than he has been receiving, probably because he had the whole
yeah,
West Ham links going around before the game, of course. But I
yeah,
want to see Smith Rowe, play more often now, yeah, because I think this kid's talented. I think we saw how good he was when he was under Arteta a few seasons ago. He got 10 goals in one season, so I'd
yeah,
like to see him play a lot more. But no, look, I'll tell you any day. I mean, we had to bounce back. Don't get twisted. I'm not going to sit here, get carried away. We've won 5-0
yeah.
and all that. Oh, we're going to win the league. I'm not going to sit and do all that stuff. Yeah, look,
Mm,
we take the positives. Credit where credit's due. 5-0. We'll tell it any day at the Emirates. A clean sheet as well.
yeah.
And we take it and we move, man. We move
Yeah, and we move. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, it's very important that we kept the clean sheet in that game, yeah. Because let's be very sincere, yeah. That Crystal Palace team, oh my God. See, I hate calling Premiership teams poor because, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, these teams, they deserve their place in, at least in the Premiership. They fought to be here. So, I won't sit down here and call any team crap. But, Josh, man, see, we have to call a spade, man. Crystal Palace were total shit at the end
Yeah,
of the
they were,
day.
man.
Uh, 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 they were. It was an awful, awful Crystal Palace team. They never utilized any of the chances Arsenal actually provided them. In a platter of gold. They couldn't take those chances. They couldn't move into space. Eze was there creating. At the same time, he was the guy trying to shoot. At the same time, he was the guy trying to make some sort of difference for that team. Going forward, they weren't looking good. Yeah, players like Lemina tried to get into action. Mateta tried to push things a little bit further, but they were just really truncated in a way. They couldn't do much per se. Couldn't move into space. They didn't have a dedicated striker that's red hot, really ready to go. So they didn't pose any problems for Arsenal. Do you place your bet on that? Do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. Look, it's a sad situation. Like, I know we're rivals, but it's, obviously what's happening with Palace, and, those fans deserve better. You saw all the banners they did after the game saying, they want better for their club, and, fair play to them. They're holding their club
Yeah,
to
not good enough.
accountability,
Not
holding
good
their
enough.
club to
Yeah, they said it.
standards. Exactly. And, they deserve better. But yeah, obviously they was missing their main guy, Elise, as well. We can't forget that. He was their main guy for them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously he was injured, so massive miss to them. But yeah, they were 100%, there. I expected nothing, than beating this Palace side, with all due respect to them this season, because
Exactly. What do you expect? Crystal Palace is a team that's in 12 games, they've only won one game.
there
So
we
it's a
go.
very, very poor Crystal Palace team, extremely
Mm,
poor. 15th in the league, only scored 22, conceded 24 goals. That's relegation form. And in 21 games, they've only gotten 21 points. That's bad. And we're already a little bit crossed the halfway stage uh, you know, of the competition, this season. So, it's looking that bad for Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson, he just looked down, downcast. He didn't know what to do,
yeah.
clueless at the end of the day. They really looked poor. They didn't give Arsenal a decent fight, which makes me to want to ask this question: if Arsenal meet a more formidable opposition, maybe a Nottingham Forest, because I still think, yeah, even if Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest are maybe just a point away, Crystal Palace is at least a little bit ahead of them, just with a point. Yeah, Nottingham Forest is just a little bit adrift, just with 1 point difference between them. Crystal Palace 15th, Nottingham Forest 16th. But again, mind you, they have a new coach. Nottingham Forest,
Yeah.
which is also our next game too. But again, I do think that Nottingham Forest will give us a more better fight. It's going to be an away game. You know, our away record against Nottingham Forest. I'm not
Mm.
saying you should look into the game, but I'm just saying Nottingham Forest and Santo, the manager for the new manager for Nottingham Forest, they might give us a more decent fight than Crystal Palace on a good day, don't you think?
Oh no, they will. 100%. No, they will. And I know it's not until I think 30th now, isn't it? Again, I think we've got another 9 day break now. So yeah, I know it's not
Mm,
until the 30th, but no, 100%. You know, they should not be underestimated one bit, not on the Forest. You know, we saw what happened last season when we played them. You know, we lost 1-0. You said we got a
yeah,
horrendous record on the Forest. But yeah, Nuno Espirito Santos as a new manager. I know they lost to Brentford, but the games before that, I mean, I watched them game. I watched them live when they played against Newcastle. And they beat
yeah.
Newcastle. They beat
They
them at
beat
home at
Newcastle,
James's
right?
Park.
Mm,
Chris
mm,
Wood's got a hat trick and everything, and I'm like, and they beat Man United as well at home, and you know they're a good side at home, man. Especially going to the whatever it's called, I think the City Ground, whatever it's called. You know,
mm.
it's gonna be very very tough. Tuesday night under the lights
Gonna
as
be a
well.
tough one.
It's
Mm,
the place will be buzzing. You know,
mhm.
the Forest fans will make it buzzing. So yeah, that game has a little banana skin in it, in my opinion.
Banana skin written
Um,
all over it, right?
it does, but you know we got to be on it, man, from minute 1 to minute 90 because I mean, this could be another Luton Town all over again if we, you know, if we're
All
not
over again.
careful.
Yeah, exactly. If we're not careful. Okay, see, we went to Dubai. Yeah, of course. After our form in acrimonious form in December. Yeah,
Mm.
and at the start of January, we went to Dubai. Came back, lots of criticisms yet again, about that whole Dubai trip. For me, I felt it was more of a holiday than maybe a Gulag like training camp. I wanted to see them being grilled. After 7 games and you've only won one, you don't deserve a holiday in Dubai. But see, they came back, they put in a shift, they won the game. See, do you think right now, with what you saw against Crystal Palace, will you say, because I've been seeing it on Twitter, I've been seeing it on Instagram, Arsenal fans are already, we've already started to talk off yet again, some shaking their bombs already. Do you think that Arsenal is back? Are we back per se? Josh. And I want you to be real. Like, if you have any opposing
Mm.
ideals from me, no problem, man. You can say Arsenal is back. I will respect you the same way. If you say Arsenal is not back, I would still respect you the same way. So
Nah.
just tell me what you
Yeah.
really think, man. To be
No,
nice
yeah,
to
of
know.
course. And you know me, Tony. I always keep things real. Yeah. At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Are we back? No, we're not back. Let's just pull it
Mm.
straight. I mean, look, one game. I mean, I got fooled last season with it when we was 8 points clear,
Yeah.
as we all know, and I was
Yeah.
getting on the hype train big
You
time.
got
I,
sunk in, right?
Yeah, I got sucked in big time, Tony, because you know it
Yeah.
was 8 points
Mm.
clear. I was bubbling around,
You're
thinking, you know, we're gonna win
bubbling,
the league.
buzzing. Even me too. Don't blame
Yeah,
yourself, man.
I think
Even me
majority of
too.
us were, man. Like, you know, we was like, this is our season finally, and
Yeah,
we know what
finally.
happened. So, yeah,
Mm.
I've certainly learnt my lesson from last season. That's all I'm gonna say. And no, as I said earlier in you know what I said, like, no, you know, just because we beat Palace 5-0 doesn't mean we're going to go win the league now. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, we're going to win the league now. You know, there's still going to be quite a lot of factors to determine if, you know, we even have a chance of winning the league. I mean, we've seen the January business this January. It's been it's been appalling. You know,
Yeah.
we ain't going to sign a striker. We ain't going to sign probably anyone. Let's just be real with it, because of everyone's talking about FFP and profit sustainability rules.
Yeah.
I don't see, you know, us really catching this Man City side unless we go to the Etihad and beat them, unless we go to Tottenham away and beat them, and unless we have a consistent run of games, because Man City
And
will
unless we
and
also beat
Liverpool will as well.
Liverpool at home,
Oh,
people
Liverpool
have
at home as
forget.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, we
how can
have
I forget that
Liverpool
one?
at home.
Yeah, literally
See,
2 weeks as
we have
well.
to come up with these wins, and
Yeah.
it's wins with these tough games. Yeah, we have Liverpool at home. That one has to be done and dusted. We have to come out in that game against Liverpool like wounded lions because they've done us dirty already this season. Yeah,
Mm.
dumped us out of the FA Cup, my brother, man. That left a bitter taste in my mouth. Yeah, leaving from a competition that were record holders of that competition, Josh, man.
And how many
14
times,
times
Tony?
we've won that competition. It's not good enough to just get out in the third round. It left a bitter taste in my mouth. But you know what? Yeah, it's gone. No problem. You saw what they did to us in the other game. That game was at Anfield. That was our game to win. Yeah, they were there for the taking. Arsenal didn't do enough to get that win. We have to post a win at home against Liverpool before we even have to start talking anything about any title push or anything. I do get it. If we do beat Nottingham Forest in the next match, yeah, and we do beat Liverpool, automatically we get into that conversation straight right back again.
Mm.
But right now, I can't really say we're in the conversation for the title. Would you? Mathematically, yeah, of course, top
Mm.
four, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we're in it right now? Are we in that shout for the title? Is that
No,
is that what we can
right.
say
I
right
mean,
now?
right now, I mean, and I think what it proved to me was the games we saw, obviously a few weeks ago when we couldn't beat West Ham. We struggled to beat. We didn't beat Fulham. Obviously, we drew a Liverpool at Anfield, and we ended up, because I thought that was a decent point going away with Anfield and getting that, and we ended up ruining it by
Mm,
losing 2 games in a row to West Ham and Fulham. So
mm,
when you have games like that where you just can't win, no, my confidence levels is absolutely shattered, Tony. To be real with you, man, because at the end of the
mm.
day, right? If you want to win the league title, you obviously have to be consistent, and you can't
Yeah,
go 1 win in 7. You know what I'm saying? You can't
yeah.
if
It's
you win
it's
the
a
league
bad
title.
run.
You can't do
That
that.
that was a bad run. Hmm.
Especially when you're up against Manchester City, who we know can go on like 23 game in a row winning streaks. Towards the end of the
Mm,
season. Plus I
yeah,
got Haaland and KDB back. So look, as much as I want to sit here and say and be positive and
it's not
sit here and
looking
say
good.
and believe, at the end of the day, you got to be real with it. And what I've seen this season doesn't
Hmm.
suggest to me that we're even going to be in the title race this season. And I don't think we'll be in the title race this season. Like, and I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. But what I've seen so far this season is
Wait,
not been good enough.
but wait. Yeah, see, now these are not my views. I'm saying this as an anchor guy. Yeah, talking to my guest. Arsenal is just 5 points away from the top. In the grand scheme of things, yeah, we're in the conversation. If it was Manchester City, yeah, that was in third. Right now, everyone will say that they are in a title push. That's what they would say. So you mean as Arsenal fans, yeah, we even if we're third, we can't comfortably say that we're in the run in for the title. Like it's not good enough at this stage when we're third in the table and we can't confidently put a shout and say, "Hey, man, we're in a title conversation."
No, no, look, and I hear that, of course. But at the end of the day, right? Why I'm saying I don't think we're in a title race is because number one, we're not going to do anything in January. We're going to be stuck with Jesus and Eddie and Ketia for the rest of the season. So,
Oof, that's a
you
big
know,
one. We have to talk
one
about that
one
later.
one injury to Jesus as well, which we know he's very injury prone. Then we've got Eddie and Ketia to deal with for the rest of the season, which we did last season. That didn't even work out. And number two, well, we all know with this new style of play, as you mentioned earlier, Tony, this new whole system
Yeah,
play, about all controlling games and all this stuff. Or when it comes against the big teams, we're seeing when we can't take our chances because we need a striker. So
exactly.
at the end of the day, right, when we do come against the big teams, we're going to struggle big time now. We're going to struggle
Hmm.
against Liverpool at home. We're going to struggle against Tottenham away. I hate to say it, but we'll struggle against them. Man City away. Good. I mean, wish us luck with getting anything out of that game. You
Yeah,
know, there's games there where even against some of the teams like at the Emirates, they've got to come to the Emirates, yeah, who will play the low block. We're going to struggle to break them down. And I don't
yeah,
see Arsenal this season winning this Premier League title. It's just, I hate to say it because, I want to get behind my team. Of course, we
yeah.
all do. We want to be positive.
We
We want
all
to
want to get
believe.
behind our team,
Of
but
course, but at the same time, you got to
it's
be
not
realistic.
inspiring, right?
At the end of the day, right, this season it's not been enough so far, Tony. It really hasn't. And I
Mm,
thought in
mm.
January this guy will go out there, get a striker, and then I would have sat there. If we would have got Tony or Osimhen, I would have sat there and said, all right, you know what?
All right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. And again, see, yeah, Josh, yeah, it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, yeah, when Ivan Toney comes back after the whole speculation, after his
Mm,
whole twerking on interviews about he liking Arsenal and,
yeah.
thinking of actually popping in down here, yeah. And then we just see him come out with that ferocious free kick and scores a goal in his return to that Brentford team. See, it doesn't look good when Arsenal has been linked to this guy, and then we found out that Arsenal haven't actually been in any discussions with Brentford about Ivan Tony. It doesn't look good, and uh, you know, right now we do need a striker. We do need that person that's going to convert those goals. This is my drift. This is where I'm going to right now. We just beat Crystal Palace 5-0. Do you think that the board, Mikel Arteta, right now, yeah, as the manager of that football club, I'm also talking about the board also. Do you think they are at that point now saying, mm, actually, we beat Crystal Palace 5-0. Who said there is a scoring problem at Arsenal? No, let's face the fact. Yeah, I don't watch AFTV per se,
Yeah.
but I did come across one or two interviews, and with what I was seeing, someone was saying, there's goals in this team, something like that. When you beat Crystal Palace, you see Crystal Palace being beaten 5-0. They're a poor team, I do get that. But again, those were goals that were scored. Do you think Mikel Arteta right now, the board right now, is saying, do we need a striker right now? We just won 5-0 in the London Derby. It's all good. It's a party. What do you
Do,
think? Do you think that's
do,
what's running in their heads right
do you
now?
know
Because
it's
I'm not seeing any striker movement in the
no, no,
market
no, no, no.
right
But
now.
you know what the funny thing is, and it's I'm glad you mentioned that, yeah, because there's a report that came. I don't know how reliable it is. A report came out that the whole Benzema talk, yeah. Arsenal apparently offered Benzema in January, yeah, but we rejected it. We didn't want Benzema because instead we put our main priority in a defender. That's what report through reports that someone sent me today, yeah. So that just tells you all you need to know. We didn't want Benzema, who I get he's 36, yeah, I get that's the age and he's on big wages and all that stuff, yeah. The end of the day, that Benzema is a Ballon d'Or winner. At the end of the day, Benzema has won 4 Champions League titles. You're telling me you couldn't come in and do a half decent job for the rest of the season for a loan deal? Like at the end of the day,
Hmm.
right? This and no, it wouldn't surprise me if this manager doesn't go and get. He's not going to get a striker, we know. But if they sit and go, oh, we won 5-0, it's fine. I mean, the fact that they gave Eddie Nketiah a new contract and 100 bags a week and a number 14 shirt of Omri's number just suggests to me
Oh,
that we don't need it.
oof.
That they don't think that they think he's the guy. They want
Is
Eddie
the
Nketiah.
guy. Exactly.
He's had plenty of offers,
Exactly.
Sony. There's been plenty of clubs like West Ham, Palace, but no, they rejected. We want to keep Eddie Nketiah, you
Yeah.
know, and then we want to
Yeah.
have Jesus. And I rate Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player. Is he a guy who's
Mm,
going to bag you 20 goals a season? Is this guy who's a prolific striker? No, he's not. He's
yeah.
a good player in the sense that the way he links up play and he's very skillful. He's
Mm,
on the ball and how he off the ball work. All that stuff is so good. He's just in terms of goal scoring. There's a
yeah.
reason why he's only bagged 14 goals in his whole entire career because he's not that type of striker. You know,
Striker, he's not the guy. Let's call a spade a spade. He's not the guy to take us to the promised land. He can't. It's not in his wheelhouse. And see, yeah, it's not like no one. It's not like we don't like the kid. Yeah, let's get that out the way. It's not like we don't like the kid. I like Eddie Nketiah as a person, but again, it's not about him per se. It's about his skill set. He doesn't have the skill set to get us over the line. He's not that guy. Even as a backup striker, he's not that guy. His numbers uh, you know, doesn't give us anything to go with. Even as a backup striker. So he's wearing a legendary number. He can't score goals. He can't help us up front. Yeah, he gave a good assist, but that's against Crystal Palace. How about bagging us an assist against Liverpool? How about bagging us another assist and scoring a goal? When we play Newcastle, So this is what I'm talking about. It's not just shining and getting in on the act when you like. In important games where we do need you, you need to show up, put up those assists, and score goals. And I'm sorry, Eddie Nketiah is not just that guy. That's why we do need a striker in this window. And again, you did talk about Karim Benzema, yeah. See, how about just going to Brentford? Just go to Brentford. Pay the 100 million. How about that,
Mm.
Josh?
How about that?
I'm not
Yeah.
with this Karim Benzema thing. Uh, Yeah, how about that? How about that? Move a few players out. We still have this, we still have a clogged team right now. Sell some of these players. Rhys Nelson was being courted by West Ham just a day ago. An
Yeah.
ex West Ham worker just
Yeah.
disclosed that they were coming for Rhys Nelson. They had discussions that Rhys Nelson didn't want to leave the football club. I was shocked because you're not playing and you don't want to go play. So automatically, you know, I don't like the guy automatically because it shows you don't have any ambition. You don't have no ambition of playing. You're always on the bench at Arsenal. West Ham, a decent team in the league, comes in. The Europa Conference winners come in for you, and you don't want to you don't want to take that easy way out. It doesn't show a- any kind of ambition, on that side of Rhys Nelson. Emil Smith Rowe is a different topic altogether.
Mm.
What do you think, Josh?
No, yeah, look, 100% agree with where you're coming from. The issue is, yeah, is how bad are Arsenal at selling players as well, Tony. This is another thing we got to talk about. Is we are awful at selling players. Like I look at Liverpool and I look at Chelsea, and I'm like, how they getting money for players like
Mm,
Solanke and Jordan Ibe and
exactly,
Brewster,
man.
and we're stuck here giving out free. Well, letting them leave on a free contract and all that. Like that is a big
Charlie
thing at
Patino,
Arsenal.
all for free, all loan deals, all free. No,
It
nothing
just
coming into the
it doesn't
football
make
club.
sense. Like
It's a
as for Reece
disgrace.
Nelson, that's another one who we signed on new contracts. Why? Like, at the end of the day, is he going to be good enough to back up Saka? Is a question that we got to ask.
Mm,
Is he is
mm,
he that is he that type of guy who, say, if Saka gets an injury, we're going to have to rely on him to fill in week in week out? He's just not that type of guy, is he? Look, I
no.
don't actually mind Reese. I don't actually think when he came on against Liverpool, well, we played against Liverpool. Sorry, he actually had a good game. He's probably one of our best players in my opinion. I actually don't mind him, but you got to look at him his situation as well. He needs, for his benefit of his career, he's still a young player. He needs to make his potential elsewhere. It's like with Smith Rowe.
Mm.
Yeah, I love Smith Rowe, but this manager clearly is not starting him. This manager clearly rating Havertz over him at the moment, and has been since Havertz has signed.
Obviously,
So
obviously.
if you got to look at Smith Rowe's situation, for he saw this guy was quality back in it 2 years ago. Yeah, this guy needs game
Yeah.
time. What's the point of doing that right on the bench for Arsenal? So you got to look at these situations of the players and think, all right, we have to move you on, maybe. As much as we don't want to
Mm,
as fans, I'm sure you do as well. We all love Smith Rowe, and I wish he
yeah.
gets more game time because he deserves it, in my opinion. But you got to look at the current situation and be like, all right, we need the money. Get some money for Smith Rowe. Get some money for Eddie Nketiah. Why is he still here? I don't even know. Right? We
Exactly,
had
man. For
35
all
mil.
this.
We could have got him. We could have got rid of him for 35 mil just like that. All right. I mean, there's players like. I mean, you've got the entertainer, as we know, Cedric still
Oh my
signed
God.
out
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
El
Anyway,
Neni
to be
wants to
fair,
move
they're
on.
negotiating an Ooster for him with Besiktas. Actually, I
Oh,
hope that deal goes through,
please.
man.
I'm
I
sorry,
can't wait
Cedric,
for him
but
to
it's
leave the
time
football
to
club,
move
man.
on now. This
It's
guy
time
should
to
have
go.
been. Yeah, this guy should have
Mm,
been bins ages ago. I
mm,
mean, and another thing, like we could look at in terms of selling players, which we won't do, is a goalkeeper situation. Like Ramsay wants to play for England in the Euros, of course. How's he going to do that right on the bench for Arsenal? He's not going to play
exactly.
he's not going
He's
to play
not
for the
gonna
rest of
do
the
that.
season. He's not going to play for the rest of the
Oh
season, is
God.
he? So we can get money for him. Newcastle want a new goalkeeper. Try and get money for Ramsay. There's players out there that Edu needs to get
At
rid
least we
of.
could get cool 50 million from
There we
from
go.
Ramsdale. And
There we
that's
go.
half of the money for Ivan Tony. See, Arsenal have the means to go get Ivan Tony. Let's don't sugarcoat these things. Yeah, there's no need going for a Benzema when we can actually go for Ivan Tony. Even see, yeah, how about sweetening the deal for Brentford? I see. I don't even mind, yeah, right now to even give Eddie Nketiah, Cedric the Entertainer, 2 in 1 plus £40 million for Brentford. Sweeten the deal. Give them two players. Yeah, with that cherry on top and that 40 million. They will take it for for him right now. Give them 50, 40 million and Eddie Nketiah. So it's totally not looking good, man. We do
Mm.
need a striker. It's a must. But again, yeah, see, Gabriel Martinelli. Let's get into that topic, man. See, lovely 2 goals on the day, man. Uh, that's the see, that is the Gabriel Martinelli that I know.
Mm. Mm.
That is the one.
Of
That
course.
is the kid. Yeah, uh, that's the kid that we both saw and said, last season, and said, oh, you know what? Yeah, next season this guy might be the guy for us.
Mm.
It hasn't happened for him this season. Yeah, is it very important? Because in our next topic, we will be talking about Bukayo Saka, which is very, very key and instrumental to what I want to bring up down
Yeah.
here. Big ups to Paul Forwell, Blue Nose. Big up to Football Bands, Audi 12, The Assembled, Jordan Heyman, Mama Flossie, our moderator. Big ups to all of you, yeah. Do you think that benching Martinelli is such a good thing? Because, see, yeah, it, while we were starting this guy, he wasn't putting up the goals. He's only scored 2 goals this season before he came in that game against Crystal Palace. Now he sits on the bench, starts from the bench. We can see that urgency. We can see him moving into space. We can see him running faster and more sharper when he smells and when he captures that you know when he gets into that groove. You see him moving quite fast. That when it's a counter attack, those are the places, those are the chances that puts Gabriel Martinelli, adrift more than any other Arsenal player. He sniffs those opportunities quite well, and he can be able to cause more damage because he's one of the most gifted, technically gifted players at Arsenal. He can
Mm.
dribble, mind you. He knows how to get into space at times, and he hasn't been using it most of the time that he has been in the first 11. But right now, they put him on the bench. Started out with Trossard. We could see the urgency when he came in, and he gave us two clean, neat, sweet goals at the end of it. Against Crystal Palace. What do you think about this, man? Do you think this should be this should be something Mikel Arteta should at least do in a way?
Mm.
Keep him on the bench a little bit, punish him a little bit, let him fight for the shirt. What do you think? Or do you think
100%.
next week he should just get back to the groove and start all over again?
Yeah, you know what it is like with Martinelli, and I mentioned it earlier. Like as I said, last season was a blessing when he got dropped, really, because when Trossard came in, they gave him a bit of competition on the left hand side, and we saw him come back against Leicester, and as I said,
Yeah,
he had that fire, had that hunger in him. He took it
yeah,
personally, getting dropped, and he came back last season. He went on to have a fantastic end to the season, didn't he? And
yeah.
this happened again. This is why I was really happy with him. As much as we all love Martinelli, I said it like he's been awful this season. Let's just put it out there. He's not been anywhere near to the standard that we know Martinelli
Mm.
is.
Is
Yeah, at the end of the day, right? That was, I mean, you saw it obviously, like getting benched. He's going to take it personal. He's not going to be happy
yeah.
with it. He had that fire in him when he came on. He bagged 2 goals, and fair play to him. Um,
Mm.
but I want to see the same treatment for someone like Saka as well, really.
Hmm.
I know we're going to talk about that maybe, that's the next topic. But
That's the next
if
topic. Yeah.
Martinelli can get dropped, then, why can't Saka? Because for me, Saka's been equally as poor as Martinelli this season, in my opinion. But then we have the issue is who do you play there on the right hand side? But anyway, going back to Martinelli, right? I
That's
think
the problem.
yeah, exactly. But with Martinelli, I think it was the right thing to do, and I gave credit for the manager for actually dropping him because he had to be dropped and giving Trossard a chance, and Trossard got him goal. And it'd be interesting to see who he goes with now. On the left hand side, does he go with Trossard who scored, or does he go with Martinelli who came off the bench and scored 2 goals as well? He's got a little bit of selection problem when it comes to the win, which is always good to have, of course. But Yeah, this is, as you said, this is the Martinelli that we want to see. This is confident,
Yeah.
flair Martinelli
Mm,
who's hungry every time he gets a ball. Like that is a Martinelli we all know and love.
yeah.
And we saw that
Mm,
when he came off, and when he came off the bench and had his little cameo. So you know, let's see if this actually changes this Martinelli now back to the Martinelli that we all know and love. Let's see if this guy can keep it consistent this season now. Maybe that's, of course, those goals must give him the world of confidence. So yeah, we have to wait and see. But I've always said that I would love to see Arteta play Martinelli as a centre forward one day.
one
I see
day. Yeah.
that because, well, I say one day. I mean, I swear he was playing centre forward when we had Emery, no, for like the first
Yeah,
10 games.
exactly. His space. See, yeah, because he has space. He has space and he could dribble. Like, to be very sincere with you, yeah, if we did have a more technically gifted coach, yeah, someone who's technical in some way, yeah, who could switch things up, in which I don't. I've lost faith in the manager. I'm
Mm.
not saying any other person should lose faith the way I've lost faith in Mikel Arteta. That's my personal opinion. I do respect any other person, who says he wants Arteta there. No problem. But that's my own opinion. I can't force my opinion to any other person. But again, if you're a technically gifted coach here, because what you've just said is very important. See, up top here, we've not switched things up. We've not fine-tuned things in a way, like just switched up a little bit. Yeah, Martinelli move into space, move into that number 9 spot a little bit, like just a little bit. Yeah, because the attack is so predictable. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bukayo Saka in the same place, same position all the time. He doesn't move out of there. At least drift to left. Come behind the striker. Get into space. He doesn't do that. He just stays in that right hand side, and it's just a recipe to be doubled up on. Sometimes he's been tripled up on in some cases. Three players
exactly.
on Bukayo Saka. He's been found out this season. How about, and again, I don't even blame the player at this time. It's more of the manager I blame, because he should be the one kind of like, protecting this guy, giving him time to rest. Okay, we were 5 goal, we were three, 2-3 nil up at the time. What I was just screaming, in my mind, how about that rest for Bukayo Saka? Get this guy out. We've won this game. Josh, come in. And big ups to the Southern Gunner. He gives
Yeah,
us
big up, man.
$5. That's my brother. Big up the Southern Gunner. Josh, you have to do a show with the Southern Gunner, man.
Yeah, big up to
He's
him,
a
man.
real one.
Legend.
Your styles will match up quite well. You have to do a show with him. Try and invite him. I'll chip in a word for you. Try and invite him to your show. To do your show. More good because he has
Mm.
been on my show. He's a brother of mine. Even apart from this YouTube thing, me and him have become friends also. So he's
Big
a
up.
great guy to have on your show. So
Mm.
when you want to invite him, please do let me know. I'll chip in a word for you, and he can pop into your show. Great guy. He also said something here. He says the summer window is knocking on the door, saying the rent is due. Ivan Tony to 20 minutes to get the car revved up. Much, my love brother, TCG. What do you have to say to our brother, the Southern Gunner? He gives us $5 down here, but also he chips in a word. What do you think?
Yeah, bro. And by the way, I'm already subbed to him. Absolute legend, by the way. He speaks facts. Big up to
Yeah.
Southern Gouda, man.
Big ups
Absolute
to the
facts every
Southern
single
Gunner.
time.
That's my brother. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's what everyone's going to focus on now. Of course, is like because we ain't signing anyone in January, Tony, is it? This should have been done. This shouldn't have been done in January. This should have been done last summer, mate. Going
Mm.
into well, when we signed Declan Rice that type of summer, like, we should have sorted this out then. So we're coming in January now. Well, we need a
Yeah.
striker. Well, we're going to sign a striker by the looks of things. We're 22 days in. It's not going to happen. So it all comes down, to this summer window yet again. And I've always said, like, Ivan Tony is the main guy. For me, he's the main
Yeah.
guy. And, we saw him, like, he came back, scored straight away. It took him about 90 minutes to do so. Free kick, he's back already. This guy wouldn't surprise me if this guy in a short space of time bags at least double digits, because I know he will.
Mm.
He's that type of striker who's prolific. He's that type of guy who's has that clinical edge. I mean, he bagged what over 20 goals playing for Brentford last season. With all due respect, we're talking about Brentford here, yeah. Look at their players and the service he's getting compared to our players. Yeah, you got like so imagine him with likes of Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli,
Mm.
all in one team. Like at the end of the day, right? If he's bagging 20 goals for Brentford, how many do you think he's gonna bag for Arsenal? Like it's like
50, 50, 60. Bro,
this is
bro, it can literally be our Helen Haaland.
for
Like
real.
Arsenal fans don't see this.
The thing
Like
is,
I don't
Tony,
know why, man. He
he's
can
got
score 60 goals in a season.
facts. He's
He
a clinical
can
goal
do it.
scorer.
I'm telling
He
you, man.
he has
He can do
everything
it.
that we need right now. You know, in terms of he's very physical. I mean, we saw when he came to the Emirates against us and that one game, and Gabriel Silva was struggling
Mm.
against him, man, proper struggling. I was like, all right, yeah, this guy's actually quality.
Yeah.
He's obviously hold up play is top notch. I mean, that link up play when he was
Oof,
with
oof, oof.
Mbeumo at Brentford, you know, and he's aerial threat in the box as well. Like he's a target man. How many times we rip across into the box we don't even get enough headers on and
We
we don't
don't
score
even
enough
get nothing.
crosses.
And do you even know what even makes this guy, yeah, the most deadly right now for me? He's one of the most deadly strikers in the world. Two things now. Number one, when you playing against Ivan Tony, he pops up everywhere. Have you really watched Ivan Tony like really strut his stuff? Yeah, he's everywhere. He's like, let's say with this game we used to play. I don't know if you did play it, but I used to be a game geek before. I used to play Street Fighter. Definitely, you should have
Oh,
played
not
that.
that game. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did used to play Street Fighter, and there's a player in Street Fighter called Dao Zim. Have you heard
All
of
right.
Dao Zim before? He disappears. He disappears. So he's always everywhere. He
Mm,
just disappear all up on you. So but when he disappears, he pops up in different places. That's Ivan Tony. He
yeah.
could pop up on the right, pop on the left. He's behind the striker. He's in that number 9 position. And he's trying to get goals. He's working hard for the team. It's like Dao Zim is everywhere. He's everywhere all at the same time. And you know what that means, yeah? That means it's very hard to keep up with such a dynamic striker. That's a technical ability you can't buy. Most strikers are always static. Eh, For example, Edin Ketia is in one position. He's not mobile. He can't move. He can't hold up play. He can't link up play. He can't do nothing. He's with the number 14 and can't score goals. It's useless. But when you have someone like Alvin Tony, it's everywhere.
Mm,
Defenders have a hard time keeping 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 in contact, keeping in check that kind of player that moves in multiple positions all the time, and before you know it, hocus pocus, is in their number 9 position scoring a goal. That's what we need. And secondly, yeah, he knows the dark arts. Do you know how many times he fell in that Nottingham Forest game? That guy fell to the ground like nearly up to 10 times in that game, man. He knows the dark arts. And when a player knows how to score goals, know how to
yeah.
link up play, knows how to hold up play, pops up in different positions that are, positions that get into space to score goals, and again, understands the art of trickery. Yeah? The dark arts. He fell down nearly up to 10 times, wasted time, rolled on the floor. He rolled on the floor. You don't see that with any of our strikers. You don't see any kick, they just get up quickly, no tricks, no trickery, nothing, no dynamism. It's all one streak, I don't like it. I need a little bit of spice in that attack. What do you think, man?
Facts. No, absolute facts. Like this guy would honestly put perfect for us. There's no
Hmm.
like people say, oh, Oshman. Yeah, I love Oshman, but yeah, the number one Oshman is he prem proven? No, he's not. You know, we don't know how he's going to come over to the prem and actually perform. You know, we've seen many players come to
But
the prem and
Haaland
flop.
wasn't prem proven when he came, right? Alvarez wasn't prem proven
Yeah,
when he came.
there's a few
And this
examples.
players, let's don't have this excuse. Let's
Yeah.
buy the strikers. Anyone, any good one, any world class one, bring them in.
Yes.
Haaland
Yeah.
didn't have
Yeah.
any
Of course. Of
experience
course.
here.
But it's
Yeah,
always good to have someone who has that. And look, Tony has that. You know, he's been here. He's done that. I said like this guy bagged 20 playing for Brentford.
mm,
He's perfect for us, Tony. He's actually perfect for us. And what we got to do is pay the money. We got to do what we do with Declan Rice. If it's gonna cost 100 mil, pay the 100 mil, because we're only getting a team we're only getting a player that's going to elevate us to the next level,
yeah,
and Tony will do
yeah.
that 100%. That you know, that's our striker fixed. If we get Ivan Tony in, it's as simple as that, bro.
But do you think we will get him? Do you think we'll get him? Is it look? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel, Josh? Do you think we'll get him?
I think Arsenal Football Club, the third biggest club in England, should be able to attract these players. I feel like this is why people are telling me we've got Champions League football to attract world class players and to attract these players to
Yeah,
Arsenal Football Club. So I think we're the third biggest club in England. We should be, our heritage and Arsenal should be able to attract a player like Ivan Toney to, over a club. I don't know who else. I think Chelsea want him, of course. You know,
yeah,
well, okay, current situation suits us. We can offer him Champions League football. We can offer
yeah,
him, well, we're in and amongst title. Chelsea are currently, in a shambles at the moment. Yeah, money
yeah.
talks as well. And how many times have we seen this with Chelsea where we're in for a player and they ended up beating us because they pay more money than us. So at
Because
the
they
same
pay
time,
more money than us. Yeah.
we got to be ambitious as well when it comes to this deal. And yeah, look, I just think personal terms, you should be able to attract players like Aaron Tony because number one, we're Arsenal Football Club, and number two, everyone's telling me, Champions League football can attract these big players. So let's
Yeah.
go and wait and see if it happens. And it needs
Yeah,
to
let's
happen.
let's
It
go do
needs to
that.
happen.
Yeah, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Yeah, see, man, I saw Kai Havertz play in that game. Yeah, but I'm sorry, man. Kai Havertz, he didn't look good. Yeah, in that game. I should be frank. But again, I saw Mikel Arteta bring in ESR. At least not 5 minutes this time. Yeah, at
Mm.
least more than 5 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks good. He looks
Yeah.
sharp. I'm sorry. I heard that in the Dubai training camp, it was one of the most shining lights there. Yeah. Are you having any ideas playing ESR on the left and relieve Kai Havertz of his duties, yeah, in this team, and allow him sit on the bench a little bit, like warm the bench a little bit, and allow ESR come in with his creativity and his ball progression skill set. How about that? Play him on the left.
100%.
How about that?
100%, Tony. 100%. Get start Smith Rowe now. Start him. This guy should have
Mm,
started a few weeks ago. Why is he coming off?
yeah,
And I know he came off 20 minutes more than, but we saw before. Why is he coming off with 10 minutes to go? What do you expect this guy to do in 10 minutes on Teta? Against certain games, in the past, like majority of the season, this guy does not get enough game time, and we know how good this kid is. I mean, we've seen how talented this guy is. I mean, we saw him when Arteta played. He's not Arteta's when we finished fifth. He's balling. Even if he played on the win for a little
yeah.
bit, he's actually, he scored 10 goals. He got double digits. I think he was like one of the highest goals. I think he's the highest scoring midfielder in that season. So, in the day, this kid's a talent, and I'd rather him right now than playing Kai Havertz say week in week out. I'd rather give someone like Smith Rowe a chance. The kid's hungry. He's still very young. I mean, we've seen how good this guy really is, and
Mm,
as you said, he's looked pretty sharp, especially when he came off against Palace off the
yeah.
bench. And this guy just needs game time. This guy needs
It
consistent
needs game
minutes.
time. It's clear. Oh my god! It's like these guys are not seeing. It's like Josh, yeah. It's like me, you, and some other people like the Southern Junior. It's like we see these things, yeah, that these guys aren't seeing. It just needs game time. It's just game time, and this guy would take this league by storm. But we have a manager who doesn't even have faith in this guy. So I don't know, man. I think I've seen enough of Kai Havertz. He scored some good goals this season.
Yeah.
I get that, but again, man, his energy levels is not what I need right now. I need that kind of ESR magic because even if he's not scoring, yeah, he's progressing the ball. He's a possession-based midfielder. He can carry the ball. He can move with the ball. He can get into space. Uh, that's what I'm talking about. So it's a big problem, man. See, yeah, let's go into this Bukayo Saka topic, man. What do you think, Bukayo Saka, man? Another game, another struggle.
Oh, what
No
is happening to this
goals.
kid?
Come on, man. When Arsenal is scoring five, you do expect our talismanic 21-year-old to get in on the act. See, I'm not buying all those talk from Matisse of Chelsea Football Club. He came out and he was saying Arsenal should not rely on their 21-year-old. Come on, man. What are you talking? You're talking garbage. Look at Jude Bellingham. How old is he? But he's carrying Real Madrid on his back. What are these guys smoking? What are
Exactly,
these guys?
Tony.
What are these guys smoking? So I do expect Bukayo Saka to actually take the mantle for Arsenal. I demand it. It's part of the standard. I demand it that it should work. But this manager has to be part of that plan. What do you think, man?
Of
Bukayo Saka,
course.
man.
I mean, how many times have we sat in and spoken about Arteta in terms of his player management with Saka? How many times we sit here and talk about this? Like, at the end of the day, I don't really blame Saka too much because who's he actually got there to really back him up? And that comes down to
Mm,
us not buying that person there. It's like that comes down to us not buying a backup winner for Saka. You know, when we should have done
yeah.
that in the summer. Mohamed Kudus was
Mm.
available for 38 million, but no, we didn't
38
manage to
million.
get him.
Cheap. Peanuts.
He would have been perfect to go to back up Saka. Like
Perfect.
we know we need someone there, yeah. But at the same
Mm,
time, Saka as well has got as a player, you got to take a bit of the blame as well because like Martinelli has been, I don't know what has happened to this guy, Tony. What on earth has happened to Bukayo Saka, man? I was last season. I was so close to calling this guy. You know,
the best, the best
yes,
right winger
yes,
in the world. Like me and you had this conversation that Bukayo Saka is actually. It looks like the best right winger in the world. We actually wanted to do this, man, but oh my God, God saved us, man. We didn't conclude on that, man.
this I thought this season as well. There's certainly more. There's more teams working him out as well. Like again, too predictable. Like Martinelli has been this season. You know, yeah, and again, it's hard because he gets tripled up on every single game. It seems like, and yeah, he gets fouled a lot. But at the end of the day, right, he just hasn't been at his consistent self. As we know,
Yeah,
he he has the potential, and we've seen the guy last season. Man, he was unbelievable. You know, we've seen this
yeah.
kid for many years now to put him up here, and he's not living up to that this season. I don't know whether it's because it's a new system. I don't know whether.
Okay. What should we do? Because see, I'm more of solutions, yeah. Because we
Yeah,
already know Bukayo Saka has a problem. Josh, what can we do to tweak this guy again? See, just like Gabriel Martinelli, yeah, put him on the bench, come in. Do you think that's an effective solution for this Bukayo Saka thing? And again, if we do put him on the bench, yeah, what message are we sending? Again, that's another thing. This is a guy that has, for the past 3 seasons, he's carried Arsenal on his back.
yeah.
So, what message are we sending that, we don't kind of like would you say like if we put him on the bench, will you say something like, "Oh, okay, is this how it's going now? Putting me on the bench. I carried this team for the past 3 seasons." Do, do you think we should look into these conversations? Are these things we should recognize? What's in your mind about
Y-
that? You
Yeah,
know?
look, at the end of the day, that is a possibility. I think that's yeah, I agree. Solutions and all that. I think that's a good. I think that's one of the solutions that we could look at is dropping this guy for a few because we know this guy gets run out, especially towards the end of the season. We've seen it because this guy plays week in week out for us. We've got no one there. He gets run out. So
Mm,
give him in a few games on the bench. We'll give him a bit of a reality check because let's be real, no player just because you're Bukayo Saka, right? If you're not performing week in week out, this is how I see it as a fan. Yeah, if you don't perform week in week out, yeah, we all love you, yeah, and we back you and all that stuff. But at the same time, no
mm,
player is bigger than Arsenal Football Club. This is Arsenal Football Club we're talking about, Tony.
true.
Yeah, and we need the best for a
Yeah.
football club. So the end of the day, right, Saka, you haven't been performing this season. All right. You need to sit there and do the same thing what you did with Martinelli Arteta is drop him. Drop him for a
Drop it.
few games, give him the attitude, give him that fire in him to come back and give him that that hunger, to bounce
The
back. As
hunger,
long
yeah.
as as soon as he
But
gets
again,
his shot in.
who do we put there? Who do we put the? Because
And
see, yeah,
this is where we're at. This is the issue. There's like,
even on Twitter, when people say, "Hey, bench this guy," yeah, some gooners out there say, "Okay, good, we answer you. We get what you're saying. Who do we put there?" That's the question. Who do we put
that's the
there
issue.
if we bench this guy? Who's good enough to give us something extra that Bukayo Saka can't give us in a game?
This is where we go back to the Edu again, and we go back to the transfer recruitment
Oh
again.
my god!
It's all linking back to transfer recruitment. This is, man, because in the day, right, we could have easily, as I said in the summer, rectified the right winger position for 35 million. You know, we could have easily got a backup right winger who was not, as better. There's not many players better than Saka. Let's be real with it. I mean, you got Salah, you got a few in La Liga, you got a few in Serie A. There's a few out there, yeah, but there's not. Saka's quality on his day, yeah. There's not many players better, but someone who can come in and fill in for him if he's if he's injured for whatever, or if he's having, in some poor form, which you've seen him do in the past, someone who can fill in and
Yeah,
be on a similar level, can actually get the job done for Arsenal. He's good enough for Arsenal, is what I'm saying, as a backup. There's players like Pedro
as a
Neto,
backup.
Mohamed Kudus, who we could have got, but no, instead we didn't, and it goes back all the way to the January recruitment. It goes back to signing Reese on a new contract when we got rid of Pepe, and I don't know if you rated Pepe, but I certainly did, and I really wanted him to stay, but Arteta again didn't rate Pepe, and he decided to keep Nelson instead. Nelson just ain't that guy to come in and play week in, week out, not week in, week out, but to be that consistent player for Arsenal, who, if we need to rely on him, we can't really do that because number one, he hasn't even played enough for Arsenal. He's not been getting that consistent minutes,
Yeah.
and what we've seen of him, he hasn't looked to that standard, in my opinion. So, and he's not really going to get a game time, is he? So, I feel like we don't have. I mean, I know you could play Jesus on the win. I mean, this is what I would do right now in a current situation. You could
Yeah,
play.
it's what I would do. Yeah, it's to play
You
Jesus
could
on
play
the
someone like
right
Jesus on the
wing.
win. You could play Martinelli down the middle, or you could play Trossard on the left. You could play that front three. You could switch them around. Just try something new, because we've seen how the end product's been poor and how the attacks have been. I know we won 5-0 against Palace, but before that, I'm talking about, we've seen how poor this attack's been this season. But Arteta needs to change things around in that front three. Put Martinelli down the middle. You said, Tony, he's got the pace. He's got the pace to go down the middle. Yeah, this guy scored 10
definitely.
goals in like 12 games when he first came to Arsenal down the middle. We
Exactly.
all got told that we was converting this guy to a striker back in the day, and now he's been the left winger for 2 years now. Maybe try something like that. Change it around a little bit. That's what we can
Okay,
do.
is there any way? Is there any way we can play Bukayo Saka in any of these formations without benching him? Which other way can the manager tweak this without benching Bukayo Saka?
Without benching Saka, I mean, you could try
Because since benching Bukayo Saka is very difficult, in what way can this manager tweak it a bit to actually accommodate him in some spaces that he can actually produce something? Because right now on that right wing side, he's doing nothing.
I also think a big part of that, it's a great point as well. I also think a big part of that is because of who he's got behind him. Ben White. Go back to last season. Ben White was, and that link-up play they had last season was top notch, weren't it? Ben White was
Was top notch,
overlapping,
yeah.
but Ben White was able to get crossings to the box. Actually crossing. But this season has changed completely. Ben White's not been at his best whatsoever.
Whatsoever, it's been
It's like
poor a little bit, man.
Saka also relies on that Ben White as well, who can overlap, who can actually cross the ball as well. And we saw how good they were both together last season. So I think that's a big part of it as well, Tony. But in
Yeah,
the day, to obviously accommodate Saka, it's kind of like this guy is, for me, it's on himself, Saka. It's on himself to, pick up his game. And that's why I always said to bench him, to give him that firepower, to give him a bit of confidence, give him a bit of, not confidence, but give him a bit of hunger to come back and start firing again.
and
Like we
start
did with
firing
Martinelli,
again.
for example.
Yeah, example. See, the second to the last question, Liverpool. See, man, even Bant asked a question about Liverpool down here, so I'll throw that to you. See, Liverpool, man, they just won their game, man. Blitzing. See, yeah, Josh. Blitzing, yeah. Bournemouth. Yeah, even Solanke, he didn't know what hit him, yeah, in that game. Solanke has been deadly this season, yeah, but oh my God, Liverpool made him look like a chicken on the day. But see, yeah, Liverpool leading with about 5 points. Do you think this is Liverpool's year? Do you think they would relapse a bit in the course of the season? I think they're favourites to win this trophy.
Mm.
To be very frank, I wouldn't say it in front of a Liverpool fan, yeah, because sometimes they just go AWire when people say things like that to them. But you know, deep inside, Josh, yeah, you do know Liverpool are coming with that smoke, right? But again, they've lost Salah. They're going to be losing him for about 1 month. So what do you think?
Yeah, look, I think Liverpool, they've been trying their consistency, man. They really have. I mean, as you said, they blitzed Bournemouth. They had no Salah, did they? I think he's injured now, isn't he, as well for them? So that'd be a massive miss to them.
Yeah,
But they're still consistent, and they've got players like Allison, who's world class. They've got players like Van Dijk, who is world class. They've got world class
mhm,
manager. They've got world class manager as well, who can actually get them over
yeah,
the line to win this league title. Let's not forget that
yeah,
in Klopp.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
and I think a big part of it, I mean, we would have determined if they would have got some signings in January, which I know they haven't yet, and they probably won't do.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I definitely think
But
they're right to
do they
be.
have a big squad? Do they have depth in that team? Yeah, to get them over the line. Like, uh,
I,
do you
I
think
mean,
Klopp
their
has that
defenders are
right now?
lacking, man. I mean, you see
Mm,
Joe Gomez having to fill in a left back
yeah,
because of
at left
obviously
back.
the injuries they're suffering with Robertson and Sycamore.
Mm,
So I think they're definitely this is why most of their fans wanted another defender. Obviously, they all know they wanted a DM and ideally another striker. Like they needed signings in January. But even if they don't get the signings in January, I still think they're right to be favourites up there this season because they're keeping it consistent, man. Week in, week out, Liverpool
yeah,
really. I mean, there's only lost one game, and they should have never lost it against Tottenham. They should be
yeah,
effectively be unbeaten right now. This is
yeah,
how
definitely.
consistent they've been this season, Liverpool. And as I said,
Mm,
they have these players who Allison, who's world class, Van Dijk or Salah, they're world class players. They've got a manager who's world class who can get them over the line and can actually compete with them. And if they really wanted to go all the way, they could go all the way and beat Man City's league title. But you got to look at who they're up against. They're up against Man City, and City. End
yeah.
of the day, City with De
City,
Bruyne back
City,
now,
with KDB back, yeah,
Haaland's
it
back in
looks
training.
dangerous.
You got Alvarez. If they ain't got Haaland, they got Alvarez, who's equally as who's well. Look, Alvarez has won everything there is to win. So you got to call him a world class player. He's won everything there is to win,
Oh
and
my
he's
God!
a good footballer. So
Oh Jesus!
the end of the day, and they got Pep Guardiola, of course, we can't forget that. It's Manchester
Mm,
City, and we've seen them go 23-game unbeaten run, winning streak as well in the past. So I do think
definitely,
Liverpool have a good chance. I really do winning this league title, man. Um, Salah's going to be a massive miss for them, massive, massive miss for
yeah,
them.
massive
Um,
one.
but you know, this is the thing. They've got a very versatile front three. They got Jota, they got Nunes, they got Gakpo, Luis Diaz. They can all play across the front three as well.
Yeah, cross
So
front three. Yeah,
Sloboshy can play on the right as well. So they got a bit of depth there in the attack.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
I think they go all the way?
yeah.
No, I don't. I reckon they'll be
You
in
don't.
the title race, but I don't see them winning it. I do see City
You
doing
don't.
it again, unfortunately, man.
City coming back. Yeah, yeah. See, Josh, because I have to let you go. The final question. See, 9 days till the January transfer window shuts close. Talk to us. What are you expecting Arsenal to go do right now, man? And do you expect Arsenal to do any business?
I was so confident, man. But even before the window started, I was like, Tony's coming. Yeah, I was like, I've been Tony to Arsenal, but now,
I
no,
thought
it's
so too.
all going to bin, man. We are not signing, and I hate to say it, well, we're not going to sign anyone. We'll probably end up selling Cedric. Bye bye, Cedric. The entertainer who, teaching the
Cedric the Entertainer.
Portuguese and all that
Oh
stuff.
my
We'll probably end
jeez.
up binning him off.
Mm,
And that will be it. We'll probably loan a few players out, and that'll be it. It's like we will not sign. I don't see us signing anyone. And
oh my
once
God.
again, we sit here again and we say we've not done what's required in the window. And I get people want to try and tell me, oh, financial fair play, probability and sustainability
Shout out
rules.
to Ellie Doors TV. Ellie Doors TV.
Yes,
Big
big
ups
up,
to you.
man.
Guys, go and subscribe to Ellie Doors TV. A
Yes,
seasoned West Ham fan. See
big up,
Josh,
Tony, man.
he is someone you should actually look into to doing shows with Ellie Doors. He came to my channel he actually gave me my biggest views in
Wow.
almost a month. Yeah, Ellie Doors TV. I respect that man. He's also my namesake, Tony. Great guy. He talks about West Ham football, but also he could multitask and do other stuff. So Ellie Doors is a great guy. I think you should. Josh. Try and reach out.
No,
And he's a gentleman. Yeah, he's a
I've had
gentleman.
him on my channel multiple times before, man. And yeah,
Oh, okay,
big
good,
up,
good.
big up to him, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
he's a legend. Yeah,
Okay.
he's West
Yeah,
Ham fan.
yeah,
Big up, bro. Yeah, absolute legend,
yeah.
man.
Oh, good, good. That nice to know. Yeah. So, are you expecting anyone in the football club?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I mean, I'd love to sit here and
Okay.
say, yeah, I'm positive, but no, I don't see Arsenal signing no one at all. I just think, as I was saying, like people can throw to me, oh, FFP and probability, sustainability. In the day, we can sell players and make money. In the day, I swear we got a 72 million Champions League revenue for qualifying to the last 16. So I think we've got money there to spend, though. So I mean, and if you want to even go even further, I mean, well, let's go back to why were we in this mess? Because we splashed 65 million quite Havertz when we really didn't need to. So yeah,
God,
I,
man.
I,
Oh
unfortunately,
my God.
Tony, I really want to sit here
What?
and be positive, but no, it's not going to
And be
happen. We ain't
positive
signing no one.
about it. Yeah, I get you, man. See, yeah, guys. See, Josh, my big friend, my big brother, Josh True, gonna go subscribe to that channel, man. This guy talks absolute facts. Yeah, he brings in hard heaters like Rory RD12. Yeah, that's
Mm.
another guy. I like very well. Straight facts to that guy. Hopefully, man, I can't wait to bring Rory down here. But I would like Rory to come down with you. Maybe on the next show, yeah,
Yeah,
it would be nice to have Rory down here. Great, great guy. So Josh, man, I'm just shocked, man, that we couldn't go and get this Ivan Tony deal over the line. It's shocking, man. It leaves a bitter taste in my mouth because we do need a striker. It's not good enough, man. And it's 9 days till the window slam shut, and we've not done anything. No incoming, no defender, no midfielder to come and help Martin Odegaard. No right winger or multi-dimensional kind of a forward winger that can actually help out Bukayo Saka, or even play behind the striker and help Martin Odegaard a little bit in that attacking midfielding position. So it's chaotic right now. Arsenal is not doing business. The team is just, yeah, we just won, but still it's just 2 wins in 8 games. So it's not really looking good. The recruitment is looking shabby. No one is doing anything. So, it's not really looking good. But I hope things change. Josh, please shout out your channel to these people, man, and let them know where you at,
yeah,
brother. So,
yeah, Tony. Big up to you as always, man. Absolute, my brother as always, man. Really appreciate the invitation as always. And every time you come calling, man, I can never turn you down, man, because I love
thanks,
coming on
man.
here, man. You know, we both keep it real, and yeah, I really appreciate you having me on as always, man. And yeah, guys, you can
Yeah,
find me
thanks.
True Guna. I recently hit 6K subscribers literally 2 days ago,
Yeah,
so
big, big, big,
big up,
big
man, big
things,
up.
man. Josh, big
6,000,
ups.
yeah, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
we're now on
man.
the road to 7,000, guys, and
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I'm
Bro,
pretty much do
bro, say it again. Say it again. Talk to these people.
road to
Say that again,
7K
man.
people,
Run that back.
road
Yeah,
to
man.
7K, and yeah,
Guys,
we
you
do
heard.
daily content, people. I do silly R watch-ons as well if anyone's interested, because I'm half Italian as well, people. So I do the Italian side of football as well here and there, and yeah, I'll do daily Arsenal content as always. I've got a show literally 9 p.m. as
Yeah,
well. RD12 is in the chat. He'll be joining me. We were talking similar to what me and Tony are doing right now about everything to do with Arsenal pretty much. So stay tuned for that one, people. Hope to see some of you there. So yeah, daily content, man, as always. And once again, man,
yeah.
big up the chat. Big up to you, Tony, as well. And yeah, come on, you Gunners, as always.
Come on, you Gunners. See ya, guys. Yeah, me and Josh might be coming out with a new show. We've not set the timing for it, but we're still talking about it, and it should be run. One in my channel, one in his. Before the end of the season, at least maybe from next week, we should start talks about that. So watch out for me and Tony, me and True Gunner, yeah. Because of course our styles match up. We can comfortably sit talk football for 1 hour 30 minutes. We can't break a sweat. I even had to cut down, lots of questions I needed to ask him today, but because I know we have other things, and he's just coming back from stuff he went to do. So, Josh, man, I really, really do appreciate that you came in today. Shout out to Drew Connors, who came in a little bit late. Shout out to Jordan Heyman. His 25th birthday, I think it's tomorrow. Am I correct, Josh?
Yeah, Jordan,
Jordan
big up
Heyman's
yourself, man. Yeah,
birthday.
Jordan's birthday tomorrow, man. Yeah, happy birthday tomorrow for you, Jordan, bro. So yeah,
He's a Liverpool fan, but happy birthday because he's also
yeah,
a
yeah,
great guy.
yeah.
So, so happy birthday to you, Jordan, man. We love you down here, man. And hopefully, one of these days I have to pop into your channel and show some love. And True Gunner says, thanks, guys. Mama Flossie, our moderator. Big ups to you, Mama Flossie. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for moderating for us today. Jordan Hemming says, I'm going live tomorrow. Yeah, congrats, man. Big one for you. Yeah, Drew Gunner says, yeah, I'm gutted. I'm late. Yeah, run that back because True Gunner talked to us today, man. He talked to us today. See, from me, guys, catch me, yeah, 9:30 p.m. UK time, and a big show, yeah, on Deji Sports channel. Yeah, that's a big one today, 9:30. Come catch me on Deji Sports. He likes shaking his bum, yeah, for
Yeah.
Tottenham Sports, and he has already put them in a in a title challenge already. So I will be on his channel to talk to this guy, talk some sense into him. Mont is coming from the Big Six Band channel also down there. So I will see them. I'll talk to them because if Tottenham Hotspurs are saying they're in the title conversation. Well, I would also say that Arsenal is in that title conversation. If
Mm,
Tottenham Hotspurs is actually, out here talking with chest, yeah, that that they're title contenders. Big ups to everyone. Thanks, Josh, for coming down to the show.
no worries, all man.
People,
Anytime.
see you soon. Big ups.